Hello people of the internet. Well, today I am going to talk about refilling alcohol markers and in particular refilling cheap Amazon markers. We all know that Copic sell refills, so you can refill their pens, and so does Spectrum Noir, which means you can refill their pens. And the Spectrum Noir pens I've got really nice Japanese nibs as well, so it's good that you can refill those. But the thing about cheap markers is when they run out, these get thrown in the bin, and that's an awful lot of single-use plastic. Now there's a lady called Claire who comments about refilling alcohol markers. Every time I talk about alcohol markers running dry, she says, oh, you can refill them, you can refill them, which I know, because both Lindsay the Frugal Crafter and Lisa's Colouring Corner have shown how to refill alcohol markers, and I'll link both of those videos down below. And they've shown using isopropyl alcohol to refill them. And I bought this quite a while ago, this little tube. I bought it for about £3 on Amazon. I didn't want a massive, you know, half a litre bottle. I just wanted to try it, and I actually bought this after seeing Lisa using it to rejuvenate her alcohol markers, because you're not exactly refilling them, because if you was refilling them, you'd be refilling them with ink. All you're doing is rejuvenating them, or trying to rejuvenate them. So I've done that a couple of times, and there are some issues with doing that, which is what I want to talk about. This is just some scratch paper. First of all, one of the reasons why I like these cheap alcohol markers, Joy Wish, Oh Leap, is that they don't smell too bad. Nice big sniff. They do have a bit of an odour, but they don't have as much as an odour as a Sharpie or even the Oh-Hoo-Hoos. Let's have a sniff of the Oh-Hoo-Hoos. People will think that I like sniffing pens because I am always doing it. They are really quite an intense smell. Now when you rejuvenate a marker with alcohol, it's going to have the smell of the alcohol that you've used. Now this alcohol, and I'm not going to squirt it up my nose because that is not good for you, is really strong smelling. Which means if I regenerate any of these markers with this alcohol, it's going to make these alcohol markers smell really bad. And I have done it, and it doesn't really work for me for two reasons. Number one, I don't like the smell that this gives off, and it ruins the markers for me. And number two, there is only so much dried out ink or pigment in these that the alcohol can regenerate, because what will happen if you keep doing it, or even if you do it once, it dilutes the colour. The colour is not the same. Plus when you're colouring with one of these pens that have been rejuvenated with alcohol, when you colour, it seeps further because you've made it a more juicier pen, and but you've made it more juicier with just alcohol. So you'll find that the feathering is worse when you refill them. I'm going to do it. I'm going to refill this marker. Oh, all of these are dried-ish markers. And so if we have a look at this one, we can see it is, let's zoom you down a little bit. Oh, la la la, bring you in. Quite dry. If I carry on, it's going to totally run out. You can hear the noise. And then on this side, dry. Okay, and that's number 183. Let's just get one that this brown one, brown. Okay, and that is, when you first take the lid off, it's almost like they've wetted up a little bit again, but these are dry. Yeah, so that ends really, really dry. Okay, so I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do this brown one because I think it's more easy to see. So I'm going to get my trusty eyebrow tweezers and pull out the chisel nib. These pens have got a bullet nib and a chisel nib. You can pull both out, but it's much easier to refill the chisel end because it's got a bigger hole. So we take out the chisel end, let's say refill, regenerate, and undo my top. And I'm really lucky with this top because it comes with a really fine eyedropper type. Can we see that? There we go. Tip, a very fine tip. So I can basically drip. I can either stick that right in like that and squeeze, or drip 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I put 10 drips in there. I'll just hold it like that for a second to let it run down the length of the pen. And I'll put me nib back in, which you can see has still got ink in it. And what we'll do is we'll just lay that down just for a little while to let the ink kind of to level out. And what I'm going to do as well is, in the meantime, is actually let's do this yellow one. Refill this one, which is one of the skinny like towel tree markers in America. I'm going to refill this one as well. So same deal. Take out the little chisel, and these are little baby chisels in these, very cute. And I should have left that open, but I'm very scared of knocking it over. It's got one of them child-proof lids on it, lily-proof lids. Right, we're going to drop 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not sure whether you can see that dripping in or not. Keep that upright just for a minute to let it run down. And then, oh, better put the nib back in. Won't be much use otherwise, will it? Like I say, linked down below will be the videos from Lindsay the Frugal Crafter and Lisa's Colouring Corner, who show you how to do this much better than me. Okay, so that I'm going to lay that down as well. And just put it here, and then I shall come back. Okay, I am back, and it is now raining. So let's have a look what happened with this brown marker. So this is the chisel nib, and it has regenerated it. There is definitely more life in that. Still a bit, doesn't look like it's going to go forever. And you can definitely smell that the alcohol is, you know, passed through it, kind of thing. This end, not so good. This end really hasn't got any better. Now I basically put 10 drips in, which seemed to be the recommended dose when I saw other people doing it. So let's have a look at the skinny one that I did to see whether that's made it much better. Okay, yep, slim side. Looks like it's definitely been regenerated. And then let's have a look at the chisel side. Not so much. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put a bit more in. Now the thing is, I have tried putting in a bit more in both these types of pen, and if you put a bit more in, what happens is it actually leaks through the other side. Like if you put too much in, you basically soak. Inside is basically like a little wad of cotton woolish stuff. Like if you've ever taken apart a fibre tip pen when you was a kid, inside it had like a piece of fibre or like cottony woolly stuff in a plastic tube. It's the same. These are the same things in here, and if you put too much in, it soaks in and drips out the other side. So it is kind of like trial and error. Let's put a bit more in this brown one. So we put, oops, don't put it on your desk. We put 10 drips in it last time. Nine, 10, 11, 12. So that's another 12 in there. You can see the liquid is really going down now. I would say that 12 drips. This is 30 ml in here. I've probably, has it got markings on it? No. I would say that's probably a mil, that I've put in there. 1 millilitres. Okay, I probably need to leave that for a little while longer, but we can try it. Oh no, see, okay, you can see exactly what I was saying. This has popped, this liquid has come out, this liquid has come out. It's literally dripping. So 20 drops is too much. You can see, though the alcohol has run through the pen, therefore regenerated whatever ink is inside it, that is just diluted now. And there's no more ink coming out of it. Sometimes when a pen runs out, the ink has gone. It isn't just that the alcohol has evaporated. The ink has gone. I mean, this is juicy. This is wet of alcohol. But there is no ink left in it. No pigment, no colour. Okay, that's a perfect example. And this is the first time I've tried to regenerate this pen by putting alcohol in it. So it's not, you know, had loads of alcohol in it. It had 10 drops. It didn't really do anything. It's had another 10 drops. And that hasn't done anything either. Okay, so I'm just going to clear up all this alcohol that's now on my desk. Okay. And what we're going to talk about now is, you know, this is a waste. This is a waste. It feels like, from my point of view, for the plastic side of things, from the tip on this pen is still good. The chisel side on this tip is still good. And that's one of the reasons why Copic do refills, because once you've bought the pen, you own the pen. The rest of it is consumable. The ink is consumable. The nibs are consumable. The actual plastic of the pen is the bit, you know, why do you need to throw it away? So I was really, really pleased to find out that you can buy ink refills, alcohol ink refills for these cheap alcohol markers. So Olymp's, Joy Wishes, Touch New. Basically, any of the alcohol pens that use the Shin Han range of alcohol ink can be refilled. And so here are some refills. So this is number 183. Now what I've got in here, I have bought a number of colours. I run out a lot of blues, so I've bought 76, which is sky blue, 144, which is pale blue, 77, which is pale blue. Actually, that one's called pale baby blue. And I found that all my blues run out pretty much at the same time because I use a lot of them for sky. And then I've also bought phthalo blue, which is this pen, and pale cherry pink, which is a skin colour. And finally, I also bought royal blue and my favourite, number 75. I have 2 number 75s in here that need refilling. This is quite exciting. So this isn't just alcohol. This is Shin Han refill ink. So it's got the pigment in it. It's also got little markings, which are in, this has got 20 ml in it, and there's 5, 10, 15, 20. So the markings are 1 ml each. That's interesting. That's exactly what I thought I put in of the other ones. Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Does it actually say what you should put on it? It says flammable, harmful if swallowed, eye irritant, contains ethanol, keep away from eyes, wash hands after use, when using, do not eat, drink or smoke. Just make sure my tea's put away. Contact poison control, rah rah rah, highly flammable, bish bash bosh. Bear all of that in mind. Same with any alcohol really. Let's get it open. Quite excited for this. Right, here's the pen. Now this is why I didn't want to put alcohol, just the pure alcohol in this one, because I knew I had a refill for this one. And I didn't want to dilute the sponge in there unnecessarily. Let's get my tweezers again. Get out the thing. Now, I'm going to put in one marker full, hopefully. I don't even know what they look like. Oh, they've got a decent-ish tip in them. What's the colour like? Is it the same as... Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, let's get to this. I'm not sure if you can see, by the way. If you can, good. If you can't, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How much has that gone down? That's gone down about half a thing. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hold that just for a second. Maybe still only about half a thing. Doof. Let's do that up. Oh, it clicks nicely. Stand that up. Get me little what's it. Stick it in there. You have to go a certain way. No. Lay it down. I kind of I want to wait, but I want to just do it, but I'm not sure whether you have to wait to let it seep through or not. Oh, hey, look, see, splashy splashy. So obviously 15 drops is too much. 10 drops. Right, if you're going to do this, people of the internet, 10 drops. I should have stopped at 10. Should have known myself. So we did 10 drops of alcohol and it didn't seep through. Right, but this is ink. So this is going to be a juicy pen now. This isn't just watered down. You know, this isn't just alcohol putting in. This is ink. Look at me go! Let's try the other side. Of course, that's not going to splash out because... Oh, that's probably the one that's going to nick. Because when I dripped it in, it's going to drip, 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 drip down to there, isn't it? So maybe we have to give it a little while to get down to the other end. But the fact that I can refill my cheapy alcohol markers is fabulous to me, because I don't like throwing away plastic. I don't like single-use plastic, and I'm going to be able to refill this marker, Oleap marker. And even though I've got plenty of markers, but the blue ones, these ones in here are the ones that I use for my colour by numbers. So my kind of intention is to buy, I don't know if you've seen the video where I did a superset, a one set to rule them all. I'm just trying to find it, hold on. Here we go. Let's lift you up a little bit. I made a one set to rule them all set of alcohol markers. There's a video for this which I'll link up there. And this covers all the colour by number books that I have. So Belba Family, Jade Summer, Colour Questopia, Sash in Satch Diva, Sun Life Drawing. So it's the perfect set. There's 36 pens here. For me, it's the perfect set. Light blue, dark blue, medium blue, everything you need. So my ideal plan would be to get a refill, one of these Touch New refills for all of these pens. And then I could know that I can just keep colour by numbering forever with the perfect set of pens. I mean, don't get me wrong, I use my other alcohol markers in non-colour by number books. I like using them in, you know, your... who's that lady that I've started getting into that I really like? What's her name? Hannah Lynn. I use them in my Hannah Lynn books. I use them in my non-colour by number single-sided colouring books, all my other pens. But for colour by numbers, when you're just bashing through ink, do you want to keep churning through, you know, yellow, done, throw it away, yellow, done, throw it away. Single-use plastic. And like I said, refilling them just with alcohol. It's not always that ink needs regenerating. Sometimes, most times, the ink has run out. So yeah, that's my plan. My plan is to slowly catchy monkey. Isn't that beautiful in that case? Look how nice and neat that colour by number case is. I love it. I love it when a storage plan comes together. Yeah, so let's see if that blue one, I've given it time to go through to the chisel end, even though I just had it in the box on a slant there, so it probably didn't help. Maybe after you filled it up, when you fill it up, you should just like lay it straight on the side, because it's going to take a while, I think, to filter through to that side. But it's definitely working better on that side. So yes, this is what I say. You can absolutely, you know, you don't need to go, oh, Copic pens are good because you can refill them. Yeah, you can refill these as well if your numbers match, and if generally they do. Joy Wish, Touch New, whatever, Bella Zera, whoever they are, 183 is 183. 183 is phthalo blue. I haven't, you know, these aren't whatever this is. They're just made with the Shinhan inks. These are the generic Shinhan inks that the cheap alcohol marker pens use. And I bought these in the UK from Jackson's Art, which I will link down below. You can, Jackson Art do send to America, though I'm not sure they can sell alcohol inks to America. Not sure about that, you'd have to check. But I'm sure you can buy these in America somewhere. So I'm going to refill the rest of my pens now. Thanks very much for watching. Yeah, take care everyone, and